And welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're collecting evidence, but nobody's been murdered, so... What did you guys want from me again? Oh wait, no, I can finally talk to Herlock, who's hiding over here. With something. We'll see what it is. Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Oh wait, are you sad again? So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. I never lost you. You didn't blend in that much. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows, cruelly ostracized, as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Aww. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of chocolate, of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely. Oh, so desperately lonely. Then, why on earth didn't you join our conversation? Because he's a gentleman. He's a British gentleman. She said no, go away, so he did. Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know? Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for? I love you. It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it'll help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Of course we're listening to the deduction. Why wouldn't we? Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Well, the blue blazes how you been, eh? Pardon? Well, a lady's in trouble. A true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. And who, pray tell... Oh, no. What was your voice? And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egbert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. Dun-dun. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. I want to do the thing. Let me do the thing. Come on, Hurley. Do the thing. Yes. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another one of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. The game is afoot. Alright, let's do it. Alright, Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the streets. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh, the paperwork. What's that paperwork say? As revealed with what you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you here to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. Oh no. Hun. The piece of paper in your hand is the staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. That even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Oh, wait, the initials are AG, and your name's Egbert Benedict, so yeah, that ain't right. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch in your person, exhibits a contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing fair. Oh, come on, Hurley, you were looking at it. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Something wrong? Aye. And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of your next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod that you bear? Yes, the reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Huh? It's a shovel? It's the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment, to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What? Darling. That was to tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Oh, we're gonna keep going, huh? Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have been the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is an ample reason. As you are only well too aware, Mr. Benedict. Are you looking at the dog photo? Because I'm looking... Are your dog's bones buried here? That'd be weird. That'd be weird. No. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. Huh? Let us consider what can motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this, and covertly dig beneath its floor. No. The answer is, viewed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inevitably drawn. This letter gives a notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath the shop is a sewer that joins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the vault of the financial institute opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of an underground tunnel. Master plan? Which brings us to the last and final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from with the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its counterpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank. On the other side of this road, you know, we're just telling everybody all this super secret bank information. Pardon? You know, he wasn't going to steal from it then, but now he totally is. Yes, a considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank. The special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Darling, I love you, but what? This concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of his pawnbroking puzzle. Like, I want a Saturday morning cartoon of you, Sherlock. Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? An impressive upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road, and what's in its vault? Indeed. The few know of its existence. It is one— You told the pickpocket here about that. It is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. But you just said it— you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can only be but one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secrets. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Winterbank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. On my life, I assure you I am not so scrupulous. Well. Hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, perhaps I'll think twice before confiding you next time, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, perhaps I'll think twice before confiding you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo, an excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yeah, let's listen to that great deduction again. And we'll massage it into shape. Very well then, let's start once more from the beginning. Of Sherlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Okay, not the recruitment flyer. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig through the floor. Yes, an attempt to tunnel into sewers to gain access to the money in the vault across the bank. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? Well, no. I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. Question is, where? What did Mr. Benedict here at this what did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Okay, so let's see that note with— is that the girl? Oh, look at that scribbled notes on the back of the flyer there. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. The detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop are written down here too. Winterbank's pawnbrokery. Which is today's date. Okay, yeah, so he was planning to steal, so it is hers. And hold on. What's the submit button? R, that's right. Present. Yeah, what brought you into the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing in the sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windibake's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It's the information on the back of the flyer that led you to here today. By which I mean, here to Windibake's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of the overcoat. So, you wait outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Humph. And you've gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. Yeah, no, obviously, we look at the AG. What's a ferrule? It's a metal cap commonly found at the end of a cane, Miss Naruhodo. Oh, a bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement? Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right, it appears to be missing on its cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. The gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. And... initialing? Was that a gator on it too? That's nice. Oh wait, or is that gator in the background? Look here, Mrs. Sato. There's some letters on the handle. Oh yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So her Lord Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. The initials on this cane are obviously... oh. AG? Why does it feel as though it's not quite right? 'Cause it ain't.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? Done. We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane by initials AG. A contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said it before that you had the cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just bought it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Alright, well I don't think that. Well, let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat can't possibly belong to him. Does the overcoat have initials somewhere on it? Ooh, hold on, that rip. Let's look at that. Oh, the seam of the shoulder here is coming apart. Look. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said. I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and you wouldn't have a hope of fastening it in the front. If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Huh? Savage. So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving us some thought, huh? Alright, well, let's present that. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having force over your broad shoulders. The seam's already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh. This catalog of untruths have all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. Dun-dun. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with the redeemed item. Solved. Maybe he does still want to go across the street and steal things. We don't know. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I have possibly known about the relevant details? Dude, I don't know French. Leave me alone. I barely got English down, okay? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you're only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider how one might learn the secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter. Okay, nope. Is that notepad full of random words? The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Oh. Yeah, now we're talking of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windibank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or looking another way, if you did know what word, Mr. Windibank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Hold on, I'm gonna look at that notelet there. Look at this, Mrs. Otto. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself. Well, let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Windibank must make note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And in alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear. I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Darn, I'm like, Stago. This dog. It has to be something, right? The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on the notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Mrs. Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. Well, the diligent broker made note of the watchword, as is common practice. You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us to the last of the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see this picture postcard? Yeah, that ain't it. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of his pockets. Which, according to Mr. Windibank, isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruto. Wait, do we? Really? I better throw a look through all the evidence we've collected so far. The one? The one evidence? Okay, I guess we should inspect our one evidence. Wait, does that say McGilded? Oh. Are they coming together? We're gonna find out finally everything? Because I think this is the last chapter. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck on the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? Wait, what? But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Huh. Okay. Well, let's present that.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, for McGilded. He's back again. Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in the curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? For Mr. McGilded. Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. He was precisely the right size of that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. This is, huh. So, Gina's still it too, still. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to is pawnbrokery today. Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Ah. But now, also, we told Gina about the jewels across the street. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. Oops. No, don't close that out. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Oh, are we solving McGilded's murder? Oh, I kind of want that. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mrs. Otto. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Today would have been precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today is April 15th, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been 15th of February, sir. That's right. So I'll carefully record it in my ledger. Deposit at 10:30 p.m., I see.
Wait, what? Well, that suggests... Yes, 15th of February is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time in which the terrible events were unfolded. Whoa, really? As a lawyer who was part of that trial, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely remember that. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem this matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Huh. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Nuh-uh. You don't get to leave it... Oh! Okay. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Huh? It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. Wait, what did I do? No! There's some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Yeah, I'm like, you have a gun. We're Americans. Let's settle like or not. Let's settle us like Americans. Mr. Windibank.
This is my shop. I cannot allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen... No! Dude.
Point the gun back at the other guy, please. Mr. Winterbank, no!
Alright, that's enough.
Oh, thank God the cops are here. Hey, Gregson! He tried to shoot me! Inspector Gregson!
Inspector? That's right.
Oh, are you?
That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh?
Tell him to put the gun down.
Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was once away from forfeiting my own life in my own establishment.
Gregson?
It would seem you have the upper hand.
He tried to shoot me. Now he brought some chips again.
Right, you have got a lot of explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Mr. Winterbank very neatly met with his end. Very nearly met with his end.
Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on.
Huh? What if there's a case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, so you're going to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! After him, lads! Whistle the beat, officer, too. Sir!
I like that he just parkoured away. He is a phantom thief! Nice!
There's been a spate of thefts at the pawn shops around here recently. So if you find emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers, let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was so worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning.
Oh, yeah?
But taking that, whatever it is, Mr. McGillen's down to the yard. Thank you very much. Send it over.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, you're a cop. It's fine, right? Wait, no, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. Anything that belonged to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to, do it. It's all yours, Inspector. Grr.
And so, we handed Mr. McGilda's disc over to the Inspector, Gregson. And we're summarily turfed off out of the shop and into the street. See, that's why 8 grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh my. Surely you were given that. Yeah. Lydia let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and said, go on then. Have it, before telling me to scarper. Always pays off, giving people a look like you ate them. I can't have a feeling it's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. What I really want was that nice shiny disc, mind? The music box disc? Well, Mr. Winterbank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna have another bash. Give him a good long odd stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. You shan't enter Winterbanks again today.
Why not? It's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank. Well, the disc's mine. I had the ticket for his coat, and it was in his coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what the rotten coat said, ain't it? Well, yeah, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck.
Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure.
I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. Are we? No, Ta. Oh. Well, how'd I come around to your place, eh? Ah, you lost your Ed or something? Wait, no, come and food with us. Oh dear, she's gone. Having her bow to me quite unnecessary, I might add. I can't help but wondering. Or perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. When she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a plate for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Huh? We live with you. Are we not going to have dinner with you? I believe I would have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Sato. Until then, later. Oh, Susie and Runo, come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Wait, already? You're obviously cooking something special, aren't you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on, you'll never guess. Look at those little eyes of her shining. Oh dear. It's awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny, isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news. Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Wait, what? No. Yeah, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure it's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, by the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Huh? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yeah, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yeah, except Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. Oh, did we get to find out about this? What's the matter, Runo? You have ever funny look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here, Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right? Yes, and Urineski, don't be so surprised by that. Hello, Runo, I can read you like a book. This girl's dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything, I won't mind. Are your parents dead? Alright, let's talk about Ginny first. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss... So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right? Uh-huh. Who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here, and we had dinner together. And now we're best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yeah, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys. That's an interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make the whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher then. Yep, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long. I'm so excited. I just hope she actually does show up. Alright. Are your parents dead? I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, maybe. That and we're your real parents. And yep. My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mommy passed away when I was born. And around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Mm-hmm. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mystery cases together. She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries, and that's what's in that metal chest over there. Wait, really? He recorded them all? So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. Uh-huh. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I was allowed to look in the chest, but that made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And you found your father's memoirs. Mm-hmm. So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me that's when I found out about the author of all his accounts. It was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, oh, it must have been. I wonder how Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh. Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say there's ways that rubbed off on me. There's some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying because they open their mouths sometimes. Right? Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solves a case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. I just noticed a little bunny she has, like those little keychains on the side. Those are so cute. So, the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone. He could say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? Mm-hmm, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see? That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Iris's father, who went to some distant land, as a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Wait. I completely forgot about him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we tell her? I'm playing this. I usually get rid of these, but I missed that because my brain was thinking Watson, and I know it wasn't Watson. Oh, that's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who, in the most bizarre circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Mrs. Otto? Yes. We should shut the heck up. I think that would be for the best. Bye, Iris. Bye, Herlock. We're gonna go leave the country. Don't mind us. Ah, my dear fellows. How good to see you. Mr. Sholmes. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? Not good, sir. Can we go talk to you, like, 5 yards away. Can we talk to you 20 meters away from this house, please? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? Do, tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Mrs. Otto. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilton's disc. Oh my! Well then, what's it doing here? You know, it ties Mr. Naruhodo. I think that though I have undeniable truth for detection. Yes, stole it! And I love you even more for it. I may well be even more adept at larceny. Oh, that'd be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Runa could be our go-to lawyer if you ever got caught. Huh? Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications. We'll be a little crime family. I would be delighted. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. What? I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. The caramel? That's the part of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Well, yeah, you did, but I still don't understand. It was precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, okay. So you didn't steal it, you just made a copy of it. Got it. The disc and the miniscope protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Okay, I was gonna say, like, caramel doesn't do that. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary! Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves to be very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. That sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue this disc when played. Yeah, I want to hear it too. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. What? No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? Yeah, we need the right music box. If it's German or Swedish or whatever. No, I'm afraid. Oh, goodness. But, yeah, you're a genius, so, Iris, you make one. You don't know, Runa? Yeah, it's like these are little thin metal things that go over the bumps and they make sounds. It's really pretty. Inside the music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. As it produces a sound. The small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making different notes. The first music box, this is used to be invented using a rotating cylinder. Okay, yeah. But over time, a new type of player was produced. It uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why, exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. Is it wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present? But it's the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution for this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite untraceable. Oh, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I test the disc in the few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were unequally satisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in inquiring example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one! That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? You can give them all to me. Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. Huh? Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon. 2 months? Yeah, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. Yeah, that's fine. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if it was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. We get to solve... Wait. Hold on. I feel like we're going to solve a bunch of things. So we still have... It's about to wrap the episode. So we have chapter 1, which... her dad got killed and what's-her-face escaped? Yeah, that sucked. Kazuma and his secret in from chapter 2 about why he wanted to come here. There was like a secret thing he was here for, and I don't know what that was. And then chapter 3, McGilded, which we're going to solve his murder, most likely. And then last chapter was an accident. We're fine. Not such shouldn't do anything, right? We're okay? Well, it's time to get started things for dinner, I think. Jeannie will be here before too long. Why, thank you, Iris. Oh, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Will this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes? Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes. You may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had the manuscript of Iris... A manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Oh, did he? Yeah, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, where his works, I believe. Oh, so you heard about, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story, languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be an occasional mix-up. Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of Baskervilles. I would love to read it. Huh? 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 Did you steal it? Did you steal it? Yeah, she knew the title before they said the title. Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Mrs. Otto's such a great fan of all the stories of Mr. Sholmes, of course. No, you moron. But, Runo, the Hound of Baskervilles has never been published. When I showed her the manuscript, he told me I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't get it. That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it's in the right time for the story to be made public, you see? Oh, so that's why the manuscript is at Mr. Windipink's. And yet, how could Susie know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Miss Lestrade. This is a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. Huh? Wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Oh, this is awkward. Oh yes, just wait here, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some meddlesome? I won't take no for an answer.
Meddlesome, is it then? Oh, and look, Waluigi's here too. Wow. Okay, so I think this is a great... Oh, cool. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all about how to steal things from another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. So this is gonna happen, then we're gonna stop the episode and be like, dun dun! Okay, 9:34. So, that was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I can steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, can I consult with you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Suzato-san? It's about the telegram I received. Oh! The one that I read first thing this morning. Oh, did that have the title of the book? I've been summoned. Huh? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram is from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Stronghorn has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. Huh? Then we'll have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. Now that I don't trust you, I don't trust him. What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's this all about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Okay, who could that be? Stopping this episode from ending. Good evening, friends. Oh, Iris, hello again. And Gina? And Gina, too. Well, yeah, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. Okay, quick fade to black. Without seeing the to be continued thing. You know, I learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself there. So what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine. Oh my, however did you? I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Yeah, I forgot. Iris literally is a child genius. So anyway, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Oh, thanks. Alright then, good night. Yeah, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer who lives like a place like this. Yeah, me too. Oh, it seems as though Iris here. So something she'd like to talk about. I suppose. She probably wants to talk to me about the manuscript. Yeah, probably does. And that sounds like a next episode problem. Alright, so I will see you guys all next time. And I guess this is it. We are going to solve everything. And I think we're probably going to put the poison lady behind bars. For good this time. If she's even here. Laters.